What I have right here is a mirrorless camera that I bought off eBay for only £39 British. This is the Sony NEX-C3. It's an APS-C camera paired with a 16.2 megapixel sensor, and it's from 2011. And my challenge today is to see if we can actually take any decent street photos with it. And to give it a fighting chance, I'm going to pair it with my favourite zoom lens for APS-C cameras, and that is of course the Sigma 18 to 50. Now all the photographs you're going to see throughout today's video have been edited with my presets. If you want to check these out for yourself, a link for them is in the description below. But with all that said, let's get out into the streets and see what we can capture with this extremely cheap camera. Oh, this is a brilliant frame right here. Give me about 5 minutes and I'll get it set up. So we're going to shoot about f5. Oh, get the... Oh, did I get the shot? I was stumbling across my words there because I was not able to get the autofocus to work. He's not in focus, the background is... Oh, it smells of piss in here. So we're going to try and now get this shot. I've got it at f5.6. I'm going to have to bring up the shutter speed to about 1/200 for a second. Our exposure looks pretty good right there. Take the photograph. We've got some nice foreground with the archway here. We can also get this brilliant shot in landscape down here using the archways as a frame within a frame. Get it to about there, I reckon. Ooh. Oh wow, that shot does wonders for me. So I'm continuing to do some more like architecture style of shots just so I can get warmed up and acquainted with this camera once again. Oh, that was beautiful. Look at the framing with the branches. That was delivered with a £39 camera. Granted, I'm using the Sigma 18 to 50, but that is something I always recommend to people. Buy a cheaper camera and invest more money in your lenses. And this is one of the best zoom lenses for APS-C cameras. Alright, check out the frame we have right here. We're going to use this archway to frame up that shot right there. So I'm going to shoot this at, I reckon, about 1/2 files a second and f2.8. ISO 200, the lowest this camera would do, and oh wow, that looks brilliant. No, that is some beautiful framing right there. I love that. I might have to wait a few moments to get the shot I want here, but I want someone walking in this bit of light here. If I can get that, this shot will be toppers. I think I might have nailed one shot right there. I think that looks pretty good. Hopefully I got it in focus. I can't really tell on this screen. Oh, I think I just nailed that. Oh, and that one and that one. Okay, I think the first one was best, but I took a couple. But I think I just quickly somehow got a shot with the NEX-C3. Frame them up right in the middle. Before they move, get this shot nice and wide at 18mm. Thank you. Got someone walking through the archway. Don't know how the autofocus is going to be. Oh, they're in the centre, Got them right bang in the centre of the, what are they called? Archways. And oh, look at that. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Right slap bang in the middle. Alright, the street is getting a little busy, but I still think we can get a pretty nice shot right here of it. That looks pretty good. I think it's in focus as well. Hard to tell sometimes. This is really nice. Let's get these two people at the bottom of the frame. Oh, that's a nice portrait. Really nice portrait frame right there. Alright, we've got another great frame right here. Maybe get the subject right here is walking in the frame. That might look a little bit interesting. Now we'll just let them pass so we can just get a nice wide shot. Shooting towards the sun a little bit, and trying to figure out exposure on this camera is a little bit difficult because it says the highlights are overexposed, but then they're not, and then other times it says they are, but then they're not. It's a constant battle, but I think I've exposed more for the highlights in that shot so we can recover the shadows a little bit, hopefully with the raw files from this camera, and that was pretty good. Also, fun fact, guess what this street's called? Very original. Steep Hill. This is a very beautiful frame here. We're shooting at 1/25 of a second, f8 ISO 200. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm in this setup menu trying to turn off the beeping noise, but I've just found here you have a soft key like shortcuts. So one of them's for shooting tips, which I definitely don't need, and I've just realized I can change that to my ISO, so I don't have to change it in the menus. I can change it with this button here now. Thank you. Why was that not clearly stated? Menu systems on Sony's are always rubbish. Oh, beep. Hi. Off. Well, not off. There we go. Sorted. I'm going to move more into the centre of the road here. I'm going to zoom into about 35mm. I'm going to wait for these two people to walk through a frame and wait for a moment, and there. Perfect. Then we'll wait for the gentleman to do the same with him. Just like that. I think the two people work better than the one because they were wearing a bit more vibrant colours. And that, ooh, is a very nice frame. And I've just noticed this frame here at 18mm in portrait. Just, that looks like something out of Coronation Street, which I do not watch. I'm not one of those types of Brits. Oh wow, check this out in landscape as well. Frame it about there. 1/160th of a second, f7.1. Check out that. That is a really just nice frame. We're not doing much street photography, are we? Well, we are. We're taking photos of the streets, but not people on them. We've done a little bit, but we do need to do a bit more, but we've got plenty of time for it. I just love Lincoln and how beautiful the streets are around here. I've spotted two frames here. One punched in at 50mm, trying to get someone walking through that sliver right there. And I want to get a wider shot of two people walking down here because we've got some really cool lighting. So let's just see which one comes up first. Well, that was a good one of that lady right there. There's one. Oh, this could be interesting. Oh, look at that frame right there in portrait. The next shot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everyone like crossing the railway tracks, giving us this kind of shot right here, which is kind of interesting. And I'm also going to get it in portrait as well. Get a few different shots off here. What are your names?
Audrey, Janet, and Joy.
I'm Curtis, very nice to meet you. Thanks for letting me take your photograph. I do street photography. I just take photos of people in everyday life, and it's nice to talk to people. So
that's brilliant.
There you go, guys.
Oh, that's good.
I can't see.
Can we have it?
Yeah, do you have an email?
No, I don't.
Might not be able to send it across to you then.
WhatsApp.
Yes. Do you have a number?
WhatsApp.
Yeah, I have a WhatsApp.
I'll get that sent across to you. Have a lovely, enjoy your chips and enjoy Lincoln. I'm alright, I don't want to nick your chips, but watch out for seagulls because they will. Take care, guys. Get this gentleman here reading the newspaper. Shooting at about f2.8, I think. Interesting about this camera is last year I actually made a video on it, and I actually didn't recommend this camera for anybody starting out in photography. However, I've had some more time to play around with the camera, change some more of the settings and adjust certain parameters, and it's made it not completely usable but bearable, and I have been able to get some absolutely brilliant shots of it. And it's actually kind of surprised me, and when I've paired it with this 18-50, it really has allowed the camera to excel a bit more because it's actually combined with some really good glass. So this setup right here, even though it's a little bit complicated and a little bit annoying to use from time to time, it is allowing me to take some absolutely brilliant shots. So I'm a little bit surprised by this. Our way back up steep hill. Before that, I've just spotted this brilliant frame right here. I'm shooting at 50mm, f5.6. 1/200th for a second, and getting that really nice composite right there. That's really nice. I like this one here as well, where we have more of the street in as well. I tell you what, I am out of breath after climbing that hill. I do wonder why they call it Steep Hill. There's got to be a hint in that name somewhere. Whew. But anyway, all jokes aside, terrible jokes at that, I have just got that photograph right there, which looks pretty nice. Might just be a real nice shot of some signage here. There we go. I was shooting that kind of blind because I could not see the screen against the sun. Right down here. Oh, this is very vibrant. Down here, f4, 1/4000th of a second, ISO, 200. Nice. This might be a nice landscape shot right here. Get this person walking through the frame. Oh, nice. That's brilliant. Gonna let these two people walk into my frame, get it at about 28mm. Oh, that was really nice right there. That's a very nice landscape shot with the sun directly on them as well. It just lit up the scene perfectly. I've spotted this Mercedes here, which looks pretty cool with how he's turned his alloy, especially with that house behind. Maybe we can get like a shot of it. We'll use these white lines here as well. They'll help as a little bit of a leading line. Adjust the polarizer on the front. Get it to about 1/400 of a second f2.8, ISO 200 of course. That's a very cool car shot, you know. Actually, I rate that. Look how good that looks. That looks legit, I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty rad. All my days as a horse and cart on these streets. There we go, there we go. Let's get a photo of this, come on. There is no way that I am getting this photograph. I got it, I absolutely got it. No way, that is the best photograph that I've taken today. That is amazing. Let's go lower down. 1/500 a second, I think this is all right. Oh, NEX, please work with me for a second. I know you're not good at fast-paced stuff, but you can't miss this. Oh, that is truly awesome. That is absolutely spectacular, and I just captured that on the NEX C3. So that right there is all the photographs I was able to capture with this extremely cheap camera. What are your thoughts on the final results? Now, I actually made a video last year speaking about this camera more in depth and seeing if something like this is worth it if you're really tight on a budget but just want to get started in photography. And I think my overall conclusion was not really. However, from playing around with this camera a little bit more, my opinion's changed ever so slightly. Whilst I recommend trying to avoid something like this and putting a little bit more money into something else, it's not the worst place in the world to actually start with your photography journey, as long as you pair it with some pretty decent lenses, because this is something I do recommend to people. If you're going to start in photography, buy a cheaper camera body and put a little bit more money into lenses, because these are going to be a lot more important to getting better image quality than getting a more expensive camera. But with that said, I was able to take all those photographs with this little camera, and I'll be honest, it was kind of charming to use. Because the camera is a little bit slow with its autofocus, it's not the most reliable thing in the world, you really have to take a step back and slow down in your approach when it comes to photography. And I think that actually makes you think more creatively about the photography you're trying to take, especially whilst out on the streets. I was looking for different composites, I was looking for different subjects and just working a little bit slower than I normally would, and I think that actually helped me excel in taking some more creative photographs. So something like this definitely is a little bit fun to use if you're going to do some street photography. There is just one more thing we need to do in today's video, and that is have a look through the hashtag Curtis Padley to see what you guys have been creating. And we're going to start with this really cool low angle shot in London by With Micro. I love this of all the people going through the frame. I love the composition of the shot, and this is a really unique perspective and angle. Our next photographs today are by Dim YV. These are some beautiful shots of some very lovely cobbled streets, and I love these high angle shots, possibly taken with a drone. Here's a cool photo idea, taking photographs of taxi signs. You always get some really cool background blur, and this one by Optical Aperture is pretty spot on. Oh, this post right here by Chris G Media at this really creepy, eerie location. Amazing photography, and love this creative collage. I've also just noticed here your caption, hopefully everything sorts itself out and I am sending my best, mate. We've got some black and white photos here by Robert. These are amazing. That one looks incredible. That one looks amazing. Oh, your compositions and the stories you're able to tell and the contrast and everything you've got going on in these frames is so good. And right next to that, we've also got a really sick rally shot in landscape by Matt Snowden. Another great rally shot right there. Awesome work. If you want a chance of your work being featured here on the channel, make sure on your post you use the hashtag Curtis Padley, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of your work over there. And that is where I'm going to be leaving today's video. Now, if you want to see another cheap camera POV that I've done in the past, check out this top video right here. And if you want to see me talk a little bit more in depth about the NEX C3, then definitely check out this bottom video right here. But with all that said and done, until next time, create, explore, and inspire. And I'll see you in the next one.